Alright, so we know different transformations already. So we know how to do 2D translation, how to do 2D rotation, and 2D scaling. But now how to combine 3 transformations and make one transformation from the input vector or coordinate to the output vector or coordinate. To do that, we just combine all the transformation into one matrix. It's called transformation matrix. And here is the formula for that. So if we have input is vector p, we can have p prime is s r p plus t, where t is the transition or translation vector, r is rotation matrix, and s is scaling matrix. And in the detailed notation, the translation looks like this. But I think this formula has some problem in real application. I'm going to show you later in the Python example. Okay, so let's have a look at an example here. We have example 60. So what we have? So because we know that we can do normal notation, but in this example we will try to use matrix notation. And the result is here, so we can check the result. Okay, so what we are given. Firstly, we need to import numpy as np. We run that. Then we'll look at the given. We're given 4 different points here, which is p1, p2, p3, p4, which is 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, and 0, 1. So let's say we have 4 points, looks like that. Okay, and those 4 points represent this square, this red square. And let's say the rotation angle is 45. So we're gonna have rotation angle is 45. Then we have the translation in x is 2. We have translation. Here's the scaling in x is 2, and the scaling factor in y is 1. So we're gonna have that scaling factor. And then we have the translation value. So the translation value is the translation vector is 3 and 2. So we have that, define it here. Okay. Okay. So now we can define the matrix T, which is scaling and rotation matrix. So we're going to define a matrix called scaling and rotation. So let's see the formula here. So you can see that here in this formula we have 2 parts. One is the translation vector here, and we have the scaling here and the rotation here. But so we already defined the translation vector, so now we need to define the scaling and rotation matrix together. And we just put in a formula. Using this formula and using numpy we can create this. So let's see the value of rotation and scaling matrix and the translation vector. So this is scaling and rotation matrix, and this is translation vector. So now how to use this matrix, rotation matrix, scaling and rotation matrix, and translation vector to transform from these 4 points to these new 4 points. So from the red square to the new transform figure in green color here. So in order to do that, we're going to do 1 point by 1. So for example, we have p1 is going to be we're going to have numpy. So in order to do that, we're going to do it in order. The first step we need to do is we need to translate it first. We do the translation first. So we have pt1 is going to be p1 plus So let's say PD1 gonna be big. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the translation here. So this is the way that we can use the translation. So we just use P1 and T, and then we have PT1 look like that. Okay, then we have P1, which is the final point of P1. Okay, it's gonna be numpy max mil and SR and PT1. Then PP1 will have this value. So let's compare with the value here. So here we have 3 and 2. It's something not right, isn't it? Okay, so I think I don't agree with the result shown in this example, because the order of the example here is probably not correct if we apply it in a real world example. So if I follow this formula, I can have the result exactly 3 and 2, but I don't think this way is correct. So I prefer to do the translation first, and then I will do the scaling and rotation later. So similar, I can calculate so I don't need to do this. I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to put this inside here. Yep, I'll put inside there. So that means B prime going to be scaling and rotation matrix multiplied with B1, but before multiply with B1 we need to translate it with the vector T, and then we have that. Similar I'm going to do for B2 and B3 and B4, and we have B2 here, B3 and B4 here. And similar, we can have the result for B4, 3 and 2, and result looks like this. It may be not correct with the result shown in the book here, but I believe this way is the correct way if we want to apply it in a real world application. This is just an example in a book, and I'm not sure, it may be not correct. Okay, that's it of how we can combine different translation, rotation, scaling and translation into 2D Cartesian coordinate transformation using PyGISmath.